And now, starting lineup for your Los Angeles Lakers. At the small forward position, 6'8", number 28, Rui Hachimura. In the middle, 7 feet, number 5, DeAndre Ayton. At guard, 6'5", number 15, Austin Reeves. The other forward position, 6'9", number 23, LeBron James. At point guard, 6'8", number 77, Luka Doncic. The head coach of the Lakers, J.J. Redick. This is your Los Angeles Lakers.
Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Edwards is the 2, McDaniels the 3. Randall at power forward with Reed at center. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. And for the Lakers, Luka and Reeves are the 1 and the 2. DeAndre Ayton is out there with LeBron James. And it's Hachimura in at the 3. Here we go. And it's going to be Minnesota off the tip. Here's Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
Oh, nice finish from Naz Reid. That's the kind of play that can give your team a spark.
Inside. Doncic on the wing. Here's Ayton. Reed with the rebound. And here's Minnesota now. Here's Randall. And a nice finish on the layup.
Wow, what a pretty dribble move by Julius Randle. That handle is tight.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, J.J. Redick had a few moments to share with me. His team is facing off with the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. As far as how they plan to defend him, Coach said it'll be a team effort. They plan to rotate who has him defensively, and Coach's words were, Ant is so special. You have to guard him with the numbers. BA, back to you.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Here's James. Following the score by Minnesota. Off the mark there with a 3. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Here's Randall on the take. And it's Randall with the jam.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Shots good by James.
LeBron worked tirelessly early in his career on improving his range shooting, and boy, it has paid dividends.
Up to Edwards. Takes a 3. Knocks down the triple.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
First quarter, just over a minute and a half in. Lets it fly. That one's good from James on the assist from Doncic. James has got his second bucket on the night.
We often see LeBron James with the ball in his hands creating for himself or others. That time, a little catch and shoot, the easy one for LeBron.
And this first quarter has been ridiculous. They simply can't miss right now.
The 3, James. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. And time for us to get back into it here in Game 1. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area. And so far, the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
We've got Marcus Smart, Jared Vanderbilt out there with Jake LaRavia. Then it's Austin Reeves, and it's Hayes in at center. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Reeves against Conley. Reeves, the pass to Vanderbilt. Now here's Smart, tightly guarded. 6 to shoot. Hayes for 3. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. And it's Conley with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They lead by 8. Biggest lead of the game. Pass to Randall. Now here's Gobert. The kick out to Conley. Jacks up a 3. Sinks it from distance. Conley's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
And I love how they're working much harder on the glass this quarter and drumming up more second chance opportunities.
And Los Angeles making a change here. James is checked in. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Naz Reid's checked in for Julius Randle. Jaden McDaniels comes in for DeSumo. Edwards, he's checked in for Highland. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley.
They didn't do themselves any favors with their shooting in the first quarter, but they're starting to pick it up now.
Tries it from the top of the key. The kick out to Edwards. Picked by Gobert. Reed for 3. They get it back. Back to Edwards. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Oh, Gobert cleans it up. Wow.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Back to Reeves. Down low. Smart passes to James. And slam dunked by James.
Boy, how about the timing, the delivery? That is exactly how you set a teammate up.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, living in the paint is good living. Take it from me.
Yeah, this team doesn't settle. They're aggressive and they're...
Seeing how things are shaking down for the Lakers. And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining 2K Sports and our coverage of this first round. You got to like what we're seeing from LeBron James.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Lakers trail by 8. Kicking off the second half, here's Chris Finch's 5. Randall at power forward with Reed at center. DiVincenzo and Edwards are the backcourt. And it's McDaniels in at the 3. A nice shot by Doncic.
Well, look at that forcing his way inside. Just taking that mid-range shot because that's what the defense offered up to him.
Pass to Edwards. Over Reed. Rebounded by the Lakers. We've got 1:28 left to play in the third quarter. And slam dunk by James.
One of those nights where opposing coaches just shake their head. LeBron has taken over.
Randall inside. He's covered by Ayton. Basket counts. Randall's got 10 points in the game.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
The shot by James, no good. The Timberwolves lead by 6. Randall draws the double. Outside, DiVincenzo. Outside, McDaniels. And Reeves pulls it down.
That's a breakdown defensively right there, folks. He just could not make them pay.
James can't get that one to fall. The Timberwolves have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. McDaniels passes to DiVincenzo. The kick out to Edwards. 3-pointer. And Anthony Edwards rains one in.
The work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. James passes to Ayton. The shot's good on the assist by James. Ayton's got his first points of the night.
Boy, something so good about a perfectly placed lead pass. That is nice.
Here's Edwards. Hammers it home.
So nice. I almost can't believe what I saw. Incredible.
I'm speechless, man. I'm speechless. For three, James. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Minnesota. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Their play is... And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
Anthony Edwards.
And thanks for sticking with us as this round one game continues. Luka and Reeves are the 1 and the 2. LeBron James out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Hachimura in at the 3. That's the Laker 5. McDaniels, here's Reed. 11-footer is good.
Yeah, Naz Reid, aware that ball hits my hands, I've got to be ready to rise and fire.
Lakers trail by 14. Beyond the arc. Oh, James knocks down the triple.
He is so efficient, so productive. But for them to have real success, he needs help.
Minnesota's got 4 of 7 threes to go so far in this game. McDaniels fires. Doncic there for the rebound. Time running out for the Lakers. Now 8. McDaniels with a rebound.
Sometimes you just lose that little bit of focus, and this is what happens.
DiVincenzo against Ayton. Randall! Now Edwards. Randall outside. And the 3 misses. There's 49 seconds left in the game. Now James. Oh, no good on the layup. McDaniels. Oh, he misses the layup. So it's Los Angeles now. 11-point game. And he powers it down. One-handed.
You know, LeBron James has been fouled so many times in his career, it doesn't even faze him anymore. There is no stopping this guy.
And the Timberwolves call time here. They lead by 8. All right, guys, what's your take?
That they're hoping to wrap this one up.
It's not completely over, and they know that. But if they carry out their game plan, they should be golden.
Who left you here? Give yourself a big round of applause. Substitution on the court.
Edwards. Yes, sir. Sticks the J.
What a performance tonight. Getting a win like this on the road is such a boost.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
And so it's Conley who brings up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've led by as many as 14.
Lakers foul. Austin Reeves. First personal foul.
And he makes a first.
Shooting for Minnesota.
And Conley drops them both.
Huge moment. He steps up and sinks the final daggers.
For 3. Out of bounds as Los Angeles keeps possession.
It remains Los Angeles ball. Minnesota substitution. Number 7, Joe Ingles. Luka for 3.
And with with that win, they'll be moving on to round 2. And they start out the postseason with a bang, a big-time victory.
The attitude they came out with was aggressive. They wanted to set the tone from the jump, and they did just that.
Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us for the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson alongside our 2K Sports crew, thanking you.
Starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Up at the forward, it'll be McDaniels and Randall. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. And it's Reed in at the 5 down low. And for Houston, Smith and Şengün make up the 4 and the 5. Tari Easton is out there with Thompson. And it's KD in at the small forward. Tip off goes to Houston. Here's Şengün, and Şengün throws it down.
How about the bounce ability of Şengün? Getting himself way up there.
Randall no good. And it's Houston's ball on the wing, Thompson. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. Not there.
It's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for Houston. 4-point game. Takes a shot at the elbow. The rebound by Edwards.
Got a decent look at it, but sometimes the shot just doesn't go down.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
I caught up with Coach Ime Udoka. Immediately, Anthony Edwards came up in our conversation, and Coach kind of chuckled and said, well, I don't know if anyone on the planet can slow this kid down. He's on his way to becoming one of the best in the league, if he's not there already. Looks like they're going to roll the dice on one of the league's most talented players. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. Durant, that's good.
Boy, that mid-range J from KD can put people to sleep, boy. Tough to guard him at all 3 levels.
For 3, Edwards. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Getting to his spots. He's making some good reads and really benefiting his team.
Stolen by Reed. McDaniels kicks to DiVincenzo. And here's Edwards from the arc. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Durant inside. Edwards defending. Too open that time. Made it look too easy.
Nice setup. Excellent team basketball.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And here's Edwards. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter. A 3 at the buzzer. That'll do it.
It's a tie game here in Houston. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And we're ready to get back into the action here in Game 1. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what do you think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
You know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
The guards are Van Vliet and Shepard. Alperen Sengun out there. With Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Adams in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Here's Shepard. The rebound by Dosunmu.
Well, you know exactly why they let him have that shot.
Highland takes it to Randall. Takes it off the glass. Randall's got the lead up to 2 now for Minnesota.
Boy, down low, Randall can throw those 250 lbs around and create havoc. Tough for the defense to slow him down.
Up again. It's good on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else.
Conley, the shot's good.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Now, I don't know if this field goal percentage is sustainable, but if they can stay close to what they've done in shooting the ball, they'll run away with this one.
Now, Finney-Smith following the miss by Julius Randle from deep. Here's Van Vliet. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Great work by Van Vliet. So good at carving out space on the interior.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two.
It's time for the Knicks game. You can see yourself on the big screen. You must have left your dancing shoes at home.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Jabari Smith, he's jacked in for Sengun. Kevin Durant comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Tari Eason's jacked in for Shepard. Rich Thompson in for Fred Van Vliet. Edwards, he's jacked in for the Timberwolves.
How about the work ethic of Anthony Edwards? Not to mention that linebacker build and the sweet shooting stroke. But what he wants most is to see his team succeed. That's what you love about AE.
And Edwards drops them both. 32 seconds left to play in the first half. Stolen by Highland. On up the court. And finished off by Gobert.
Gobert plays as tough at the rim offensively as anybody in the league.
Pass to Eason. And here is KD. Count the basket.
Well, they count on big-time production from him at the offensive end.
Outside Edwards. Fires the three. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Timberwolves lead by 2. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Let's wrap it up and get ready.
Reading.
They've managed to keep this game very competitive. And despite the crowd's attempt to distract them, They've really stayed focused on
looking at the scenario. And that is a wrap.
And we return again with more playoff action from the Western Conference semifinals. Edwards with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. Randall and Reed holding down the post spot. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward. Edwards, that's good.
And that corner pocket triple, terrific shot by Edwards from deep.
Smith outside. Eason against Edwards. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Takes the 13-footer. The Rockets pull it in. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. McDaniels against KD. Puts it up from 17. Reed with the rebound.
I guess even he has took this one of those once in a while.
Here's Edwards. It's good from about 19 feet. Edwards got 18 points.
Edwards is a true scoring machine, and he is relentless. He's lighting it up tonight.
Out to Smith. Three-pointer. The rebound by Edwards. Timberwolves leading by 7. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. On the wing, Thompson. There's the triple. Şengün. And Şengün is right there. Şengün's got his second basket.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And great instincts, too, guys, anticipating where the miss was going.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Timberwolves ahead. They're up by 5. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. On a platter.
Served him up. Tasty room service dime right there, boy.
3 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. We'll see Durant and Smith playing up at forward. Thompson is out there with Tari Eason. And it's Şengün in at the center position. It's the 5 for Houston right now. Now Durant. Oh, the layup finish off an excellent lead pass.
A true monster in the paint. And just under 7 feet. It can be so easy for Şengün to find those baskets.
Launches it. Durant with the rebound. It's trailed by 5. 1:12 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Smith sets the pick for KD. Razzles a 3. Drained from outside.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
Edwards knocks down the 3.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Well, over the break, I listened to Ime Udoka's huddle. He absolutely held nothing back. He said, quote, "We know who we are. Let's be that." The plan is to play their game and let the chips fall where they may. Guys?
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you.
And this was a statement bucket. If you weren't excited about Smith already, how about now?
Edwards. Edwards puts in the three.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
And so they foul intentionally.
First team foul.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and now they decide to foul intentionally. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
2 shots.
That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Known as a versatile and tremendous defender, McDaniels also continues to make real good progress as a scorer.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup. Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble a game.
Exactly. You got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
Randall taking 2 shots.
Second one is good. They both at the line, and it's a 6-point ballgame.
Talk about much in the clutch. Big trip to the line there.
Now a timeout called by Houston. 16 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Turning here to our analysts. What factors, guys, come to your mind?
Still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, but they've got to score and then foul immediately.
Once again, fans, your watch crew.
Here's Durant. Reed with the block.
What a denial that time by Reed. Excellent body control on that block.
First one dropped. And that makes it a 7-point lead.
Taking 2 shots.
And so both free throws are good. And it's an 8-point game. Buries the deep ball. Minnesota calls timeout. They're in front by 5. Guys, your thoughts?
And they've got this one just about wrapped up.
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure they needed this timeout, quite honestly. Perhaps a water break?
Get loud!
Edwards fires, and again for 3.
And he's letting it fly from long range. It's a devastating effect.
And he's now tied the franchise record for triples in a...
The Twin Cities, Minneapolis. That's the scene for the Grizzlies. An electrifying guard with jaw-dropping athleticism and fearless drive. Ja Morant is ready to take flight as they wind it up for action at the Target Center. Grizzlies, T-Wolves, the Western Conference Finals begin. Great to have you with us for the playoffs on 2K Sports. It's Game 1. We're ready to tip it off in just moments. Alongside Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. And the starting lineup for the Grizzlies. Santi Aldama out there with Gigi Jackson. Then there's Ja Morant. Then there's Zach Edey. And it's Coward in at the 2. And for Minnesota, DiVincenzo and Edwards are the backcourt. Randall at power forward with Reed at center. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward position. Here we go. And it's going to be the Grizzlies off the tip. Here's Edey. And the dunk by Edey.
Well, we know all about Morant's unreal athleticism, but his vision is what really sets him apart.
Reed, good.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Deflects the pass. Randall with a steal. DiVincenzo, pass to Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
One of the best athletes in this league, Anthony Edwards taking flight.
And so it's Morant who brings up the ball for the Grizzlies. Pass to Jackson. The shot. Good. And the setup by Morant.
Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
And here's Minnesota now. Edwards for three. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Well, Ant will pull up from anywhere beyond the arc. Of course, more than comfortable letting it fly from the corner.
From 8 feet, and another basket for Memphis.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Morant's got his second basket.
Yeah, really nice finish there with contact. Morant with great body control.
Edwards, no good.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Oh, and Reed with a block. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Reed. And the Timberwolves going with a whole new group out there. .27 seconds left in the first quarter. Morant looking for an opening. Morant missing again. Outside, Highland. Dosunmu for three. Buries it from 3. 8 seconds left to play in the first quarter. To the inside, Wells. And he lays it up and in.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Tie game in Minnesota. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. And time for us to get back into it here in Game 1. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Oh, what a first quarter. You love their willingness to make the extra pass.
Yeah, it's the kind of offense every coach loves to see. Selfless and smart.
So, on the floor for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Jalen Wells out there with Brandon Clark. Then it's Ty Jerome. Then it's Kyle Anderson. And it's Spencer in at the 1.
And you could just see Anderson there looking to jam it.
An impressive display. How about that look on the AT&T Connected Cam? And that one's good from Conley.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
It's stolen by Highland. Dosunmu outside. Finished off the break. Dosunmu's got 5 points in the quarter.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Randall finds Conley. Dosunmu outside. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Play into a straight. Gobert inside.
Well, you know, Gobert is only going to shoot it when he gets a high percentage look like that.
Jerome feeling it out a bit. And that one's good.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
35 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Dosunmu for 3. Clark grabs the board. Grizzlies trail by 3. Pass to Spencer. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Minnesota will go for a different look here. Reed's checked in for Julius Randle. Jaden McDaniels comes in for Dosunmu. Anthony Edwards is checked in for Highland. And it's DiVincenzo in for Conley. DiVincenzo pass to Reed. Here's McDaniels to the wing, right side. And here's Edwards. Gets it up. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's Minnesota. They're up by 1. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Getting points from that second unit was clutch. Depth protects you against injury, but it can also win a game for you.
Yeah, and those.
Seeing how things are shaking down for the Timberwolves. Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to...
Glad to have you with us as we return to the action here in the Western Conference Finals. Ayo Dosunmu really making a difference here.
Yeah, we had a feeling he'd step up in this one. So far, playing at the top of his game when they really need him.
Yeah, kind of what you expect from a guy of his caliber. Don't be surprised if his second half is just as good.
Here's Randall. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's a one-point game. Edwards is the 2, McDaniels the 3. Randall at power forward with Reed at center. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. So that's the Timberwolves 5. And so it's Memphis with it, following the three-pointer by Minnesota. Outside Morant, and the ball out of play. Timberwolves will have it.
Yeah, what a disconnect. Sloppy play like that is something they can expect to come up in the film session.
And Minnesota with possession here. They lead by 4. Outside, DiVincenzo. And here's Edwards outside. Edwards hits from beyond the arc.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
Morant with it. DiVincenzo picks him up, and Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
We've got 1:13 left in the third. DiVincenzo against Morant. This is his first opportunity at the line this evening.
2 shots. Ja Morant.
The first free throw is good.
Well, the word dynamic really only scratches the surface of Ja Morant. The way he moves, his speed, is all just on another level.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. He's perfect from the line this time.
You really don't even have to watch him at the line. Just listen for the net.
There's 57 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And here's Edwards outside. Counted from distance. Edwards got 9 points now in the second half.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Now here's DiVincenzo. They lead by 8. Biggest lead of the game. Edwards gets the bucket.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
Here's Morant. He's got 6. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. From 13, McDaniels with the rebound.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
It's Edwards on the wing. And so it's Minnesota earning this break in the action, up 10. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. And don't go... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Well, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the court for Memphis, we've got Edey, Santi Aldama out there with Gigi Jackson. Then there's Ja Morant, and it's Coward in at the 2. Morant! Got it! Morant! Well, maybe a little bit of a use it or lose it situation with the coach's challenge. Probably won't make a difference to the outcome, but they still want to review the call.
And even with the coach,
the previous play is
call still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls.
The ruling on the floor stands.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. Coach had a direct message for the team saying no matter the lead, no NBA game is ever over. Do not let your guard down. We'll see if they hold on.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Here's McDaniels. Edwards fires. Good. Another from 3.
And he's letting it fly from long range to devastating effect.
And has now tied the franchise record for triples in a playoff game.
Morant just doing a nice job absorbing the hit there.
Timeout call. Memphis. They trail by 13.
There aren't many feelings like this in sports. Knowing you've earned a trip to the NBA Finals, a special moment for the Timberwolves.
Offensively, they made the most of their trips.
They found multiple ways to score consistently, and a little luck doesn't hurt them either. They also got some nice bounces off the rim tonight, too.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Anthony Edwards.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
The 3 is in.
Wow, you don't see that kind of quickness from Aldama all that often.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense. Here's Morant. Takes a 3. Randall rips down the board. It's Edwards with a drive. Flushes it down with both hands.
This has to feel good. They gave their fans a show and secured the W.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Edwards, 20 feet away and no problem.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
And here's Minnesota now. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Edwards connects again from distance.
And talk about stepping up. He's having a playoff game these fans have never seen.
And that last triple means he's got the most threes in a single playoff game in franchise history. And so the Minnesota Timberwolves take the series and are moving on.
Well, for all the hard work they put in this season, they're the deserving champions of the West. Credit this entire organization, the front office, the coaching staff, the players, their families. A lot of sacrifices have to be made to get to this point.
Indeed, and now one final challenge for them to overcome. Maybe the biggest challenge they faced yet.
Yeah, and you know at this stage of the playoffs, it can get exhausting. But the energy they had to close out this series.
Now, I can't stop. You can't stop. Don't try. We true soldiers. We don't. We keep rolling. Nah, 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 nah. All the boys better side the roof boat. Hallelujah. It's our rumor. We saying he there, we there. Beware, see there. Still got feet.
Let's meet the starting five for the Boston Celtics. At guard, number 11, Peyton Pritchard. Man in the middle, at 6'9", number 4, Nikola Vucevic. At guard, 6'4", number 9, Derrick White. At forward, number 0, Jason Tatum. At the small forward position, at 6'6", number 7, Jaylen Brown. The Boston Celtics head coach is Joe Mazzulla. Let's hear it for the Boston Celtics.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. And it's Dosunmu in at the 3. And for the Celtics, dynamic duo of Brown and Tatum at the 3 and the 4. Pritchard and White are their guards. And it's Vucevic in at center. It'll be the Celtics off the tip. And the series everyone has been waiting for. The NBA Finals are now underway. A nice shot by Brown.
Night in, night out, Brown just makes plays.
And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Minnesota shooting their first free throws here tonight. And he knocks down the first one.
Anthony Edwards taking 2 shots.
And Edwards drops them both.
And what you love about Edwards is how intense he is. God plays hard every minute he's on the floor.
Pass to White. Tatum wide open. He fires one. And the 3 ball is good.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
1:25 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Edwards. He clangs that one off the back iron and down it falls.
And the touch on Edwards' shot is really nice. Gives it just enough power to drop in.
And it's White missing. There's the 3. And there's Edwards on the assist by Gobert. Edwards got 7 points.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Oh, here's Edwards after Jaylen Brown's miss. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And that corner pocket triple, terrific shot by Edwards from deep.
Pritchard passes to Tatum. Back to Pritchard. A good finish at the rack off the slip feed.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need it.
For 3, Edwards. And another 3 for Minnesota.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Couldn't say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
On the court.
Here's Gordon. Here's Garza, and that one released in time, but no good. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. He delivered. And we're ready to get back into the action here in Game 1. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Timberwolves.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
They've got Sam Hauser. And it's Shireman in at the shooting guard position. That's the Boston 5. Reed gets the bucket. Reed's got the lead up to 10 now for the Timberwolves.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Island finds Conley. Shoots the three. And Shireman pulls it down. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Here's Garza. Boston again missing.
I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
Celtics trail by 10.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Stolen by McDaniel. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Reed, and Reed throws it down.
Every year, it seems like Randall's playing with more awareness. That's why you can now run the offense through him.
Pritchard feeling it out a bit. No good off the front iron. And timeout called by Chris Finch. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust.
For your team.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Left side, Edwards. Jacks up a three. And he hits the buzzer beater.
How about that? Just a perfect finish to the half as they tack on another three to their lead.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. Their lead at 15 going into the break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And we'll be right back after this.
Fans, let's rev it up and get ready for your Pocket Fight Arena Entertainment.
Hey, everybody, it's halftime.
They're clicking offensively, making the right decisions, and, of course, making shots.
And they say it's a make-or-miss league. And
Seeing how things are shaking down for the... Thanks for spending half...
And it's time for more of the NBA Finals on 2K Sports. What a time of year. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
And with all the pressure he must have felt coming into this one, it didn't faze him one bit. Fantastic start.
His performance shows no sign of any nerves. Great job controlling your emotions.
So on the floor for Minnesota, the big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. And it's Dosunmu in at the three spot. Here's Tatum. A rebound by the Timberwolves. And here's Edwards from the arc. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. Randall's got his third assist on the night. Bounce pass Pritchard. On the wing, Brown. Defended by Dosunmu. Brown, good.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Outside Edwards. Takes the three. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Trailing by 19. And he's good on the three ball.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells a story of how well you are playing team offense.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Celtics have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And here's Tatum for 3. Gobert pulls it in. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. 8 seconds left to play here in the third. Tatum way outside. And the three off target. And so it's Minnesota in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime-dropping ability.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Pritchard and White are their guard. Dynamic duo of Brown and Tatum at the 3 and the 4. And it's Vucevic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Boston 5.
This is how confident Tatum is. Knows he can score inside whenever he wants.
Edwards fires. From outside, Bucket Edwards shooting home the 3.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go on to the next. Gotta at least show a little effort out here.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
And wow, that's the end of an epic journey taken by both these teams in unbelievable fashion. Get the NBA title rings ready, folks, for Minnesota.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Anthony Edwards.
And let's just say this, the name of the game is scoring, and yes, he provided that tonight. You're welcome.
White, the 3 is off. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
And as it should be. To be this dominant on another team's floor, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court. Timberwolves foul. Mike Conley. First personal foul.
The first free throw is good.
At the line, Shake Milton.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Minnesota calls timeout. They're up by 19. What's your take, guys?
And they've got this one just about wrapped up.
Also, we've seen some wild finishes in our time. You can't afford to lose focus for just 1 second.
And one of our featured players tonight earns our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as